We will also be joined by Mark Martin, the founder and CEO of Martin Consulting. They track airlines very closely, so we're going to ask them how the new schemes, the ECLGS, might help airline companies.
The centre has actually expanded the scope of the emergency credit linked scheme, and there is a cap of 200 crores for the aviation sector. Will this provide some relief? Is this enough? And what is the expectation from the sector itself? We have Mark D. Martin, who's the founder and CEO of Martin Consulting, who joins us now. He's been tracking this space very closely. Mark, thank you for being with us. Your first thoughts on how this decision would impact the sector, and is it just a drop in the ocean, or do you think it's enough to alleviate the stress?
Morning, good to be on CNBC, and stay safe, everybody. Well, if you look at it, 200 crores isn't really much. It's just about $28 million. And airline deposits and lease rentals run in much higher amounts than $25 million. So it certainly will be a challenge. But my bigger question is that why is this only being targeted to airlines? We should look at airports and the other support services in addition to what the government has said. I see the word airports being completely missed out. We have private airports, and they are equally in a similar financial situation than airlines. Now, let's be clear. We have been in this situation before. 2011, 10 years ago, it was airlines that knocked on the government's doors for a bailout package, right? This is post the 2008 financial crisis. So back then, the government's requirements for lending were extremely stringent at market rates. My bigger question at this stage is, although I welcome this, and this is a great step to soften the blow on airlines and aircraft operators per se, but how is the government going to recover this debt? Eventually, this is debt on the books. And if it is debt, at some point, will that debt be converted to equity?
Okay. Mark, the banker just clarified it is not only for airline companies, it is for civil aviation as an industry. So all the companies that you have in mind, service providers to airports and other ground handling companies, are all included, all eligible for this loan. But, they're not listed companies, so we tend to ask you only about listed companies. There is the other news today that Adani has hiked charges at Lucknow Airport and is likely to do that. It's been hiked by 10 times at Lucknow Airport. Now, they are also expecting an increase in charges at 5 other airports like Jaipur, Ahmedabad, Guwahati, Mangalore and Thiruvananthapuram. This is, of course, just the news report from the Times. Expectation, but the actuality is only for Lucknow. Will this be a further blow? Does it take away any positivity that this ECLGS scheme might bring to the airlines?
Hi, Lata. Yes, it does. And I think the 10-time hike is quite minuscule. We do see other airport developments like Guwahati, Ahmedabad, Thiruvananthapuram, as rightly said, Mangalore, Ahmedabad, Jaipur airports. I think this is something which is going to happen. The reason being is that the cost of development of airports pre-COVID were defined at a benchmark we have in 2009. Okay, that was the last benchmark we had. From 2009, when the non-metro airports got divested by the government, Adani took most of it. Now the pressure on Adani, GVK, GMR, and everybody else who are in the airport business, including Cochin Airport, are going to feel the blow because the cost of lending has gone up. Infrastructure development after ILFS, after a tremendous amount of infrastructure play, which took a back turn, is now focused on the developer to raise capital from the market. And that capital comes at a very high price. So although I don't see this emergency credit lend borrowing initiative being any great support, because maximum it's about $25 to $28 million. Like I said, it's just enough to soften the blow to take care of salaries. But the major development cost, which is going to be at least 3,000 to 4,000 crores, is still a gap. And the bigger concern is how are we going to extend that? Even if the government were to counter guarantee lending through ECB or dollar loans, in that scenario, to what extent is the government going to counter guarantee that debt? So, while it's a great step, I think it's brilliant. but we have to sort out the nitty-gritties, the details, the finer aspects to this, because it's way more complicated than just a credit facility.
Okay. Absolutely. Mark, we've run out of time. Thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate your thoughts. So the ECLGS scheme for aviation industry is not enough. It's just about enough to perhaps support salaries. Lots more needs to be done.